Welcome to Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. It's the Kansas State Wildcats and the Arizona State Sun Devils. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey guys, Arizona State head coach told me pregame he is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Kansas State's offense onto the field first, and we'll see their opening script. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. And what a luxury it is to have a weapon like this at tight end. He is a big play that can happen at any moment. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And, man, you don't have to be a great play caller to give that guy the football, right? Like, feature him. The offense goes through him. You've got to love this running back. And he just finds a way to make those chunk plays like he just did, setting the tone. And, Palmer, sometimes the defense, they need to see you for a second so they realize how fast, how powerful, how good you are.
Yeah, and the defense said all the right things leading up to this game. We're focused on stopping the run. We want to be the more physical team. We're going to make them one-dimensional. Well, you just got to run down your throat early. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So for this defense now it's time to show up. You got to bow up now and start doing something about it.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Quick spin on the run. There's some room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Wildcats with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run play action. Oh, they're after him. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Facing a third and long. Johnson looking to throw. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Sun Devils offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And this junior wide receiver is a focal point in their passing attack. He's a good route runner, good solid hands, and a big part of this passing attack.
And, man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in, and we just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Back to throw, it's Boley. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
And that's a teach tape on 3rd down right there. That's a great job by the defense, being back, understanding it's 3rd down. If they're going to throw it short, man, I'm going to break on the football, go down, be very physical. You want to throw a slant, man, you make sure that they feel you. That's a great job by this defense, being physical, making sure he doesn't secure that catch.
Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Rides to back and leaves it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Safe completion on the screen. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking to throw, it's Boley. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep throws.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The Sun Devils will bring the punt team onto the field. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Pulled and finds his man on the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And the Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Under fire. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on 3rd down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Catches it at the 15. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time turning it on. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our...
Maybe some room here. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Sun Devils! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. The first score of the game for the man who leads the nation in rushing touchdowns.
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Johnson wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. Fires to the tight end. Ground game really important. Let's take a look at how these running backs have fared through 1 quarter of play. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Looking to fire. Williams open on the right side. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Wants to throw it again. Bring in the heat. Bought a little time. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And so far early in this game, and you got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality and then stopping the run. You could tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. Now on the return. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Here's Brown to begin the drive. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He's got it again. Makes it past the marker. He's now up to 104 yards on the ground, and he just continues to turn in productive performance after productive performance. That's how you lead the nation in rushing. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem...
Maybe a crease. Touchdown ASU! Once he got some room, it was over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he finished things off with that 36-yarder for a score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. Kansas State has it with another 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Fields. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Fields. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I don't like the play call. You're down this much against the best run defense in the entire country. You're just smashing your face against the wall. You're not going to get it done. To win this game, you're going to have to throw the ball to get back in it.
A little release to the back. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. The kick is on its way. Fields to punt. Wants to make a play. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He'll run it again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Back to throw, it's Boley. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Throws to the tight end. Soft spot in the middle. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And I actually thought the defense had the right coverage there. That's just really good offense. Like, really good timing between QB and tight end. You got a middle-of-the-field safety. You got those guys underneath. The defense has to see the ball, break on it. But sometimes they're just too good of a duo.
He'll set up to throw. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all three facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half for the home team.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
We've played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We start with a look at the Pitt Panthers taking on the number 16 team, the Miami Hurricanes. And it's Pitt able to pull off the upset by just a score. Going to be fun to see how this changes up the rankings. And now over to your game in Tempe. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win. And with that, let's send it back to Frank Cush Field inside Mountain America Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Kansas State will kick off as we get things started here in the third quarter. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Ollie, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
Coming out of the locker room at the half, the Sun Devils head coach told me something crucial. He said his reminder to his team in the locker room is we are a team in playoff contention, but we have to take care of business now. Even though it's a blowout, even though they've got a big lead, they cannot be satisfied. He said we have to prove we're the kind of team that can close out games when we've got the lead. See if they can do it here to start the third.
Thanks, Holly. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Boley. With the catch, it's Brown. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
A give to Brown. Got a little grass. was eating it up. That's his third touchdown of the game, and now 18 on the season.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he capped it off with a 65-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Harris. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And the defense drags him down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
Johnson looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Bulldozes his way through. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Guys, here on the Arizona State sideline, there is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong.
Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. That is their senior defensive end, and they can ill afford to lose him for a long period of time. Holly Rowe will check in on his condition. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. One more time, it's Brown. Could be an alley. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Brown. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Here's Brown. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
They'll try to run it with Brown. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. Trying to pick up a first down. Brown again. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that drive didn't have to cover a lot of ground, going 47 yards, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Number 7, set to kick it off.
On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. After that kickoff, the medical staff is out there to tend to the injured player. While they have a look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. This drive will open from the 15. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And these edge rushers, man, they're so athletic nowadays. They can get to the quarterback, bend that corner so quickly, get him on the ground before he knows what hits him. How about that defensive end and that speed off the edge?
And the Wildcats, now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's White. Bounced off his feet.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
Well, a big key for this offense was getting the run game established, and this guy now over 120 rushing yards in this one. You got to give credit to the O-line. You obviously have to give credit to the running back as well, but they have answered the bell. They knew what they needed to do if they were going to be able to have success, and they're executing this game plan flawlessly.
They stop him in his tracks, and they'll head to the other side of the field. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. A senior defensive tackle being looked at by medical personnel. Holly Rowe will keep us up to date on how he's doing. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. On the ground with the counter. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got...
Might have a chance. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Hand off for Brown. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with the pickup of 4.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Brown has it. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like...
And he breaks the play. Touchdown ASU. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the fourth, and they are going to go to 7-0.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Number 70, set to kick it away.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. Gets it out fast. Turning it on. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. The game is well in hand. You just hope this injury is not serious. If time permits, Holly will get us up to date. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. From the gun, the ground game. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Could not make his way to the corner.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
To the air, it's Duff. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Here's Brown to begin the drive. At the 45 on his way. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles, well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
And the Sun Devils, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Tackle at the 44. Brings up 2nd down.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Powell. Picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the BYU Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
guys. The Sun Devils head coach told me pregame. One of the points coach made in the locker room before the team is that this is a separation game. He understands that both teams are undefeated in conference play, and whoever comes out victorious today can separate and make some noise. It is going to be challenging because it is a hostile environment, so he said we've got to be sharp, communicate, and beat our best at the line of scrimmage, establish the tone with physicality, and throw that first knockout punch. Back to you.
Thanks, Howie. Sun Devils ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. He'll bring it out. It's Bachmeier. Couldn't find room for the big play. He'll be stopped after a short return. It's a coverage unit right on top of it. So the BYU Cougars offense will start this game off with the football. And here comes L.J. Martin. And everything in this attack runs through him.
Man, this is going to be so much fun. The irresistible force versus the immovable object, right? Like this running game, this is what they do. They pride themselves, one of the absolute best running backs in the country, Palmer. But this defense, they don't take a back seat to many. They stop the run. They're physical. This will be awesome.
And they play like a unit, too, on defense. All 11 guys playing as one. And they pride themselves on stopping the run and being the more physical side and owning the line of scrimmage. And they've talked about this all week. We've got to get multiple players to the ball, gang tackle this guy. What a challenge for this defense going up against simply one of the best in college football.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Here's the pressure. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And there he goes. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. So the Arizona State Sun Devils offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And we get a look at Kyson Brown. He barreled his way into the end zone 5 times, leading them to victory last time out.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this.
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Got enough space, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State!
Well, I think the coaching staff and fans knew that this guy was going to play a big role in this offense this year, but I don't know if anyone expected him to have this kind of season statistically, guys. That's his 20th rushing touchdown on the season.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
The
run inside. It's Martin. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. Let's talk just for a second about BYU. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Picks up the first down. Still running at the 40. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Got a man in the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. In the red area, it's Brown. Headed to the end zone. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
And this offense is clicking, man. This defense is going to have to find something in a hurry, right? That's 3 plays. That's 3 first downs. They've got to do a better job of affecting this defense, getting some penetration, winning at the line of scrimmage. You can't let them just move down the field and get a first down on every single play they run.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4.
Number 7, set to kick off.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Bachmeier. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
All right, well, if you're the quarterback, you know at this point, this is one of those days that I'm going to have to just strap it up. I'll probably be in an ice bath when the game is over because I'm getting hit a lot. We're only in the first quarter. My accuracy and my timing is going to have to be at a premium.
Keeps it on the option, but nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is their sophomore quarterback who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on him. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pressure coming. He's got an open man. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Cougars with the 1st and 10. The short hands, it's Casper. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. Now the play fake. Rushes on him, and down he goes.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. Late hit on the quarterback gives this offense a free 1st down and some yardage. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Running inside, it's Martin. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Pocket breaking down. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that's his 2nd sack of the day. And guess what, dudes? He leads the nation in sacks. You better know where he is on every play. That dude has a knack for getting quarterbacks on the ground.
This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Off play action. Easy completion on the shuffle. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3rd and 9. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. As we get a look at some stats, this is the best start they could have hoped for. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your 2nd guy gets hit, and you got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback, man.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin them deep. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Makes the grab at the 10. Nice move to keep running. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. A man still down after that last play. There is an injured BYU Cougar. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rule will check on his condition. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
And I think one thing people don't take into
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. They'll run for it. And some great fourth down defense against the run.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the fourth down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
A give to Brown. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air, it's Bowling. Going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Got enough for the first. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Keeps it on the bootleg. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. These offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. The screen, and watch out. and he'll be smacked to the ground.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Here's Brown to begin the drive. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. To the air, it's Bowling. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in, it's Miller. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw.
Tons of room in the middle. He's up to 90 yards on the ground, and he came into this game leading the nation in rushing. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Off play action on 1st down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Great protection there. Plenty of time to sit in the pocket and let his receiver work across the formation.
And he did a great job working across the formation, finding a hole, quarterback, good timing, waiting on it. Nice strike.
They'll run it. It's Brown. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Now the Cougars are going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll keep it on the ground. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Timeout taken by BYU at 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Again, it's Brown. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. The Cougars are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Between the uprights, it's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Set to kick this one away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third down, he drops to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We begin our whip around with Florida, taking on the number 6 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Gators, with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet, but brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. And now back to your game in Provo. They've opened up this halftime advantage behind a banner day so far from their offense. Zigging when the defense is zagging. Dialing up just the right plays at just the right times. It's been a clinic so far. And with that, let's send it back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Gets it just across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and that's where the return is stopped. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Coming out of the locker room at the half, the Sun Devils head coach told me something crucial. He is thrilled with how this running back is performing to start the game. Late in the season, he is starting to build some momentum as we talk about the Heisman Trophy candidates, but he is doing it with his performance on the field, remaining consistent and dynamic. I'll keep you posted how he continues to strive here in the second half. Back to you.
Okay, Holly.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that, and he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown.
Number 70, set to kick it off.
Coming out with it, it's Buckmeyer. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. The run inside. It's Martin. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
At the 22-yard line. Second down coming up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And it's a sack.
Well, the defense, they're smelling blood in the water now. Of course, they've already knocked the starting quarterback out of this game. And now with the backup in, they're bringing more pressure. It almost looks like they're more excited to get after him. This is just a very excited, very emotional defense right now.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Just a little off. Incomplete.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
They'll start on the ground with Brown. Pass to 40. On the move at the 30. A lot of room to the right. And he scores! Touchdown ASU! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap and you've got a touchdown on the board.
BYU 2. Number 70, set to kick it away.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. To the air on first down. Under fire. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
The Cougars with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. A run for the quarterback. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup in. A lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets it away from his own end zone. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. This offense has it with really good field position. Handoff for Brown. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Right. 6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Ready. Ready, go.
One more time, it's Brown. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Sun Devils will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They'll start this drive going to the air. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that is exactly how you draw it up. You get to the quarterback, but you get the football out. You hit him, you try to rake it out. Great job by the defense, getting the sack, getting the fumble.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense.
Down, ready. Wide, 53. Wide, and he goes.
They'll give it on the counter. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Looking down the middle. Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game. And the Sun Devils will punt it away on 4th down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something, put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. Running inside. It's Martin. Makes it past the marker. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking downfield on 1st down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Looking for space, it's Martin. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. He's looking downfield to throw. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
You gotta love a defense that just is flying around and having fun. That's what these guys look like, right? All game long, everything has gone their way. And here we are early in the 4th quarter, and they are still bringing their A game, getting a sack on that last one.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Cougars are marching down the field. Makes the grab. It's Phillips. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Motion from the wideout. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Fires to the right. It's caught downfield. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Here's Brown to begin the drive. Finding some room. 7-yard pickup on that one. It's now 2nd and 3.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll give it to Brown. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard. And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like, when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to.
There's a crease. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line.
First and goal, Arizona State.
The most satisfying play in football, and they remain undefeated. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and, man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all three phases, this is a team we're going to be talking